Alright, YouTube. Had to make sure I was rolling. Alright, we are smack in the middle of July 3rd, 2010. Big year. Big day. Alright. Did the race. Did the horses. Came back. Didn't get a nap. Did some laundry. And did the horses again. Blaze helped out. He was a big help. We got it done fast and efficiently. And now I'm heading to work. Did not get the Bible study done. But don't worry. It's coming to you. It's definitely something that is on the books officially. Yeah, I've just been working so much and getting frustrated. And that's what happens when you can't, when you don't have a prize, when you're just working for another person, and you don't really have a goal, and so you don't even know what your mission is. You're just spending energy. You're just spending energy. You're trying to build energy by staying hydrated and eating right, and, you know, just having good, fulfilling, optimistic, joyful times. You're just trying to keep your batteries charged, but you just keep spending and spending and spending that energy. Okay, so yeah, so I'm spending a lot right now, and it's frustrating because I want to be spending all my energy on, you know, any reserves I can build up. I want to be spending on pursuing the mission in life. But the mission in life, you know, that's pretty vague too. Consciousness, reality, human nature, human behavior. So I put in a call to the home office. I put in a request for a change of station. And of course I was denied, like I always am. But they said I could go ahead and move on to phase 2 of the mission, and which is the Bible, which is your introduction to the Bible and what I know of it, what my intuition has told me, and what people smarter than myself have told me. And it's going to be interesting, and I think it should be enough to keep me motivated, keep me fulfilled, stimulated intellectually, spiritually. So yeah, it's big. We'll start out with Genesis 1:1. In the beginning there was God, I believe. Or is that the beginning of the book of John? I don't know. It has to do with the origins of mankind. That's what we're going to discuss. And I'm just going to give you a little skeleton key for understanding each way the Bible can be understood. You know, church is always going to tell you there's one way, it's this way, and that's the true way, and any other way is just the devil trying to get in your head and confuse you. And then, you know, obviously there's people that see God in the Bible as a very real, very objective, personal, intelligent deity, and the Bible is just him pretty much dictating to men the words he wanted men to hear. So that's a pretty standard understanding of the Bible. And another pretty standard one is that it's just all mankind's best and brightest and just most purest grasps towards real intelligence, real consciousness, real human fulfillment, and what it entails, and what sorry, big truck coming, and what man has to do to get it. And so it's all allegorical and metaphorical and symbolic, and it's just lessons in the stories that are passed down first by word of mouth and then written down by the scribes. And so those are the pretty two standard understandings, ways people understand the Bible. Any given person's going to fall more on one side than the other. Most people are a mishmash of the two. But there's a few different ways of looking at it, to where every verse you can kind of put it up to these diagrams. And I'm not telling you it's the absolute truth what whoever wrote that verse was trying to express to you, but I will give you perspectives that you haven't got before. Another thing, you have to understand, the Bible went through so many languages. It's been through so many hands. And like I'm always saying, field slaves, house slaves, and then the masters. The masters, look, people need to have an understanding that, like I was talking about religion, people need an interpretation of reality, where you go cuckoo bananas and you don't function in a group. So in a group, you have to have a common interpretation. And so the powers that be, look, it's not hard when people express things that are really comprehensive and really detailed about human nature and about the universe in general. It's not hard for people who say really helpful, intelligent things. It's not hard for the real intelligent people to manipulate the things they said, because it's language, it's all language. And until you understand that language is completely arbitrary, you won't really understand how easy to control it is. So we're going to go over that stuff in the near future, I assure you. And hopefully much more. But besides that, I gotta try to keep Blaze busy. Keep him from turning into a dreamer who doesn't do much. Nah, I shouldn't talk about him that way. But that's what people who come from our pedigree, that's what they tend to do. They tend to dream more than they do. So that's another reason I try to stay busy, because it is doing something besides dreaming. But I'm a non-stop dreamer. Oh yeah, I probably seem a little bit more cheerful than usual, and it's not because I'm delirious from exhaustion. I'm actually feeling pretty good. I've drank a lot of water. I've eaten just the right amount of calories, and I stretched before exerting myself. So I'm feeling pretty good. And but the reason that I'm more cheerful than usual is because I called up to work. I'm an early out, which means I'll get one of the easy sections that gets cut early whenever we slow down after the dinner rush. And heading to TGI Fridays. You know what I'm about to talk about. UFC 116. Hopefully I get there in time. It's really, they're selling this whole card on the Brock Lesnar-Shane Carwin fight. But the Chris Lieben, and in a previous video I said I hadn't heard of the other guy he fought, but I had seen him fight. He fought Alan Belcher, who incidentally is from Jonesboro, I think, representing Arkansas. Anyway, sorry. The Metsi, the Asian guy, Sexyama, I think that's his nickname. He fought Alan Belcher, did a really good job. I don't remember who won that decision. I think Alan Belcher did, but he might have won it. But it was really close, and it was a great fight. And he's a brawler, and so is Chris Lieben. So that really should be a good fight. And Chris Lieben he fought 2 weeks ago. That's right, you saw it. If you're watching the video, I commented on his fight. And so I guess he didn't get beat up too much 2 weeks later. I guess Vanderlei Silva dropped out of the fight for some reason, so they got him. I'm glad they did. It'll be a good fight. And then Stephan Bonner's fighting some dude, and we'll root for him, the American Psycho. But alright, we're at 10 minutes and I'm just about to work, so I'm gonna get that done. I'm gonna go watch some fights.